Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red, and video today from Alexander Grace.
Can I ask you who you voted for?
That's a tough question.
Oh, oof.
Look at all of these lovely people.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
Like, what if you just said, I didn't vote for anybody? Does that make it even worse or better, in a sense? Is it worse that you don't care about politics enough to vote? Or is it worse that you voted for someone she didn't care for or didn't want you to vote for?
I'm scared.
Like, you can't win.
Is that going to be the out for me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be it.
All right. And that's all she wrote.
Give it up for Matt, everybody. Thanks for shooting your shot, buddy. Good luck. Great hair.
Then don't even know the guy, don't know his personality, don't know anything about him. Just who'd you vote for? This is why women's minds are so warped when it comes to politics, that politics became the end-all, be-all of if they're a good person or not.
Wow.
He's going back to God's country.
Just look at that smug expression, just the self-satisfaction, the visceral pleasure that she is experiencing, rejecting a man, judging him to be beneath her. Why exactly is she so pleased with herself? Was anything of substance discussed? Did she prove him wrong? Did she win some intellectual argument?
Hell no.
But that's actually what makes feminism structurally different. You see, opposing views are not treated as a difference of opinion. They are treated as a moral failure. It's not you are wrong, it's you are a bad person and I am judging you.
Like, what's up with these questions?
Well, why would you assume that I hate women just because I'm questioning them?
But these questions, you say something like, why are women something, blah, blah, blah. Well, why do women think this? Why do women think that? What's up with
Is it wrong to ask women why they think the way they think?
questions?
Is it possible to question women without being labeled a woman hater? Is it possible to ask questions without being labeled a sexist?
It's the way you ask them, I feel like.
Am I not asking? Well, how should I be asking?
All right, Torta.
Why didn't you ask them, like hey, so why do men think this about women? Exactly, but you're asking it from your point of view.
Asking questions from your own point of view, that's outrageous. When women like this judge you and condemn you, that's because for them, feminism is a moral framework. It is a question of morality. That's why if you go against feminism, you risk social condemnation, being deplatformed, losing your job, being labeled as a woman hater or just fragile and weak.
The weak men will always challenge you. They're always trying to compete against you. It's the weak men. It's the weak men that can't handle strong women.
I didn't realize weak men like to challenge and, compete.
Do you see it? Do you understand that this kind of attitude, it only makes sense when you realize that women literally see a man not being a feminist as being immoral. And if you have committed some moral transgression, that means you are a bad person. And so, of course, you can be ridiculed and insulted.
They are insecure boys that are intimidated by strong, confident women.
You just know when a woman speaks with her finger like this, that you've been naughty and you're going to get told off. You know what? Let's research this. What are the top 10 adjectives used by feminists to describe men who oppose feminism? Let's see what we've got.
Narcissist.
Sexist, fragile, toxic, entitled, insecure, threatened, regressive, privileged, defensive. Do you see
Narcissist is not on there?
What all of these have in common is that they frame disagreement as though it is some personal defect in the man. He can't just be mistaken or wrong or misguided or have a different opinion based on practical considerations. No, he is morally flawed. But do you understand that that is not an accident? This is by design.
Of course.
Designating feminism as a moral framework was a strategic decision because it confers tremendous practical advantage. Okay, let's talk about why presenting feminism as though it is a system of morality brings so many practical advantages. First of all, it makes opposition impossible unless you are willing to be defined as a bad person.
Yeah, to be shamed constantly.
It also allows you to define what is right and wrong, which gives you tremendous power. You are the one who can create education curriculums. You're the one who can set the agenda in the media. You get to define what's in the Overton window. Do you see that being the voice of morality is the highest position that you can occupy? What?
I mean, and that was kind of where women occupied space, was morality space. Now women are just have no morals, but they're still seen as the authority figure of morality.
Why would you compete in the realm of politics and openly declare yourself to be an advocacy group for a specific demographic, where you'd have to compete with all the other demographics and interest groups, when you can just designate yourself to be the judge of all of it, to be above the competition? It is so clever. It's so effective. But then what happens when you point out the clear and obvious, that feminism only ever serves women's interests?
Correct.
Pay attention to this.
Feminism just means equality. It means equality for men, women, the environment, people of every color.
So my question about this then is, if feminism is about equality, why isn't there equal representation of both men and women's issues?
Yeah. Because I think that since we are in a patriarchal society, that women's issues are more prevalent and more pressing than the ones that men are currently facing.
Okay, did you see that? Were you paying attention? Did you see what she just did? Because this is what feminists always do. They claim the moral high ground first by appealing to some universal principle like equality, but then when they are asked to apply that principle universally, they refuse. They only apply it to their demographic. But that's not morality. That's politics. Think of other moral frameworks like religions, like utilitarianism or Kantian universalism. We recognize that these are moral frameworks because they are axiomatic. They define what morality is at their core. Religion, It's like adherence to God. Utilitarianism, whatever benefits the most number of people. The point is that they are self-contained. They can resolve internal conflicts with reference to their own principles. They don't need to rely on any outside frameworks. What's crucial to understand is that feminism...
Damn, my brain is like a little bit going through all this. I don't think I'm smart enough to fully understand and grasp these concepts, but I'm slowly getting it.
Does not meet that standard. All of its values are borrowed. Women should have rights. Women deserve equality. Patriarchy is bad. None of
I see.
these can be justified from within feminism itself. They all have to borrow from the moral framework of liberalism. The idea that human beings are individuals and they deserve individual rights. Free speech, consent, due process, all of this comes from liberalism. And early feminism was highly effective because it did not contradict liberalism. Instead, it appealed to its conscience. After all, if we are all individuals and individuals should have rights, then why shouldn't women get an education? Why shouldn't they be able to inherit property, be able to...
Logically, it kind of tracks.
Vote. You see, it used liberalism's own logic against itself, and it was highly effective. It was successful. It saw widespread adoption because the arguments carried moral weight. But that's the feminism of 100 years ago.
True.
Have you seen what it's turned into now?
We pretty much go 50-50 on all domestic labor, but we don't go 50-50 on bills and financial things.
Ladies, do you hear yourselves? Are you listening to your own words? What the fuck are you talking about? Explain to me the logic.
Because a man providing financially and taking care of a woman, guess what you get in return? Peace and softness and caring and love, like just love. When you ask her to contribute to a relationship and you ask for that, you are asking her to give 150% while you're contributing 50%.
Girl math.
Just liking and loving someone costs you an extra 100% all of a sudden. Okay.
This is girl math.
Yeah, girl math.
Girl math.
Okay, let's be absolutely clear about what's happened. First wave feminism was taken seriously because it was seen as an extension of liberal values, and it positioned itself using the gravity of moral principles. But modern feminism is in direct contradiction to those principles. Affirmative action does not treat people as individuals. Cancel culture is not free speech or open debate. Telling us all to believe women That's not due process. Feminism openly advocates for double standards in military service, workplace safety, child custody. And yes, equality is a moral principle, but feminists don't believe in it. They argue for special rights and privileges for one specific demographic: women. Modern feminism starts with the conclusion that women are victims, and then it rationalizes backwards to justify the privilege. That's not how a moral framework is supposed to operate. You're meant to derive your conclusions from your principles. Feminism is the exact reverse of that. It invents principles to justify its conclusions.
That makes sense. That's why women are able to bring up so many different things to justify their own behavior.
And to be completely honest, that's pretty normal for humans to do. That's pretty typical, okay? Like, we are rationalizing creatures. Not saying that feminism is uniquely evil, because basically every political movement tries to camouflage the self-interested nature of its motives by trying to cloak itself in like moral sounding language. But what makes feminism distinctly obnoxious is their flat out refusal to admit that they are a political advocacy movement. They fiercely deny it. They absolutely insist that feminism is a framework of morality. And it is so insufferable to listen to these feminist women get all righteous and judgmental as if they have some kind of moral authority, when the truth is that their motives, their intentions are so nakedly self-serving.
Yeah, what is radical feminism?
What is feminism?
Feminism.
Explain to me what feminism
Equality between genders.
Yes. But it's not.
Yes,
but it's not.
That's what
it's not.
Well,
it's not.
That's
feminism. No.
You're going off of radical feminism that
it's
most
not.
people
No.
don't believe in. Liberal women do not
do you think
that way.
feminism is equality?
Yes, that is what it is.
That's what it is.
Okay, there's a lot more that I want to say about this topic, but it gets a little bit nerdy. Like, I want to get very esoteric and intellectual about this. I want to talk about how feminism acting as a moral framework is very effective for recruitment, how it inoculates you against criticism. I want to talk about the consistency test that demonstrates that feminism fails as a moral framework, and also explain why women are always borrowing their credibility from the past when talking about feminist issues. I didn't want to slow the video down by getting too academic. I love that stuff. I love getting deep into this. If you like that too, then please come join me on Patreon.
Hey, you guys want to learn more? Go to his Patreon. Give the man some support. Alex has been giving us wonderful videos just to deep dive into our own minds, women's minds, thought processes, and I learned so much. I love this space. I've been here for 3 years now making content. I learn almost every day from videos of like Alex and so many other creators, and even videos of the women. They teach us things too. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.